beautiful. I'm really looking forward to that.
When we come back, will Jesse and Amy's well-laid plans go awry?
So, Jesse, why is that board longer than that board?
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Weekend Warriors. I'm Brian Blakely. Amy and Jesse Emmert have big plans to add some craftsman-style charm to their dining room.
The couple bought their 1920s home knowing they'd have plenty of do-it-yourself work ahead of them. For their first project, they've decided to restore the dining room. In a niche, which the Emmerts think once held a china hutch, they plan to build a new hutch in the original craftsman style. They also want to strip the paint off the wood trim and replace the louvered windows. And finally, they'd like to paint a mural that runs along the top of the walls. It's a tall order, but Jesse has gotten a head start. After drawing up detailed plans for the hutch, he's measured and pre-cut most of the wood they'll need. With the prep work out of the way, the couple is ready to get started.
Our plan for today is we're going to start by stripping some of the woodwork. We've already done a test spot and discovered that the wood was originally stained kind of a green color, and we want to take it all the way back down beyond that, and then we're going to start installing our built-in cabinet.
Amy gets to work on the wood trim. By heating, scraping, and peeling the area, she quickly removes layers of old paint.
Wait, that just peels right away.
When you're stripping, can you concentrate like on that area there on the edge?
Sure.
Because that's the first place I'm going to have to be putting the wood up.
Okay.
Where Amy has already stripped the paint with a heat gun, Jesse applies a chemical stripper to remove the old stain.
Amy.
What?
Here's our first glimpse at the wood underneath.
Oh, it's pretty.
Yeah. Once it's all stained and finished, it's going to be nice.
Oh, gosh. That's exciting.
With the area around the niche now stripped, Amy moves on to the rest of the trim, while Jesse starts assembling the hutch.
Okay, here we go, the moment of truth.
Jesse starts with the vertical pieces that will form the sides of the facade.
Just a couple pilot holes so it doesn't split the wood. And then I pity the person who takes this out sometime later if they ever
What
do.
is this, wood glue?
Yeah, it's really strong.
Jesse nails the board into place and starts on the other side, when Amy notices a problem.
So, why is that board longer than that board? What happened?
I think I used the wrong board.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
So we have to pry that board out away from the wall.
But there are only 2 nails in, the glue's not dry, so it shouldn't be that bad.
Okay.
No.
Good thing we caught that.
Yeah. Now which one is wrong?
Jesse figures out that the taller piece is the wrong one. After removing it, he installs the correct board and moves on. Learning from his mistake, Jesse is now very careful to check each board before gluing it and nailing it into place. The work on the facade goes well until Amy spots another problem.
So this gap here, is that going to tighten up somehow?
We'll just have to figure out some way to cover that up. Because it's pretty ugly, huh? Or I could pull this off. The only thing is we glued this on here. And I already said I pity the fool who has to pull this thing off after I glue it on.
But, I mean, when you think about the fact that we'd like this china cabinet to be here in this house forever, shouldn't we do the best we can?
Yeah.
Using a scrap piece of wood, Jesse cuts a sliver of it to fill the gap.
I hope this works.
To match the other side, Jesse adds another sliver of wood. Then he and Amy decide to stop on a high note.
Well, we just completed our first work day. We're feeling pretty good about it. We got the basic framework of the cabinet up, and Amy did a lot of stripping of the woodwork, and that was great to see how much she accomplished. It's coming along. We're excited about it.
It's 1 week later, and after a bit of a slow start, day 2 finds the Emmerts kicking it into high gear. Having finished stripping the wood trim, Amy now works on prepping the wall where the mural will go. Meanwhile, Jesse continues assembling the hutch.
That'll work.
Next comes a decorative arch piece, followed by the framework for the upper cabinets. It takes several hours to get it done, but by mid-afternoon, the couple feels like they're on track and can afford to take a break.
Okay.
All right, so we need to let the glue dry?
Yeah.
All right, maybe we should have lunch?
Yeah, let's go take a break.
Coming up, Jesse and Amy try their hand at the tricky craft of glasswork. Can they pull it off, or will they get tripped up by the details?
Now, if we get this up there and it doesn't fit in there, I'm really gonna be mad.
It better fit.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Weekend Warriors. Jesse and Amy Emmert are trying to give the dining room in their 1920s home a classic craftsman look.
After spending most of the day patching plaster and adding shelves to the cabinet, the couple wants to spend the rest of day 2 finishing the space where the mural will go. Amy and Jesse have decided to hang wallpaper as a painting surface. It first has to be cut to size, then brushed with adhesive. Easier said than done at the end of a long day.
Here, help me out there. It's okay, honey. It's only wallpaper. Oh, no, not that far. Look, you have to keep it so it's on itself, so it doesn't get like gunk in it and everything.
It's a sticky process, but Amy and Jesse managed to place the first piece.
See how much nicer a surface that's
Yeah, it's much better for you to paint on.
gonna be? Yeah. All right. It's gonna be great.
With that done, day 2 comes to an end. Working in their spare time, the Emmerts have now put in another 2 days' worth of work on the project. All the woodwork has been stained, and new cabinet doors have been installed along the bottom of the hutch. What's left for the hutch is to add leaded glass to the upper cabinet doors. The original plan for day 5 was to start by installing some period windows the couple found. But things haven't turned out the way the Emmerts hoped.
We had salvaged these windows, bought some windows from a salvage yard that seemed pretty good, but once we get them up there, the panes don't match up exactly, so we may have to do something else on that.
With the change in plans, Amy will now spend the day varnishing the woodwork, a job that requires the respirator.
I always get to wear the fun costumes. It's not fair.
Not a costume.
Whatever. Accessories.
With the mask in place to protect her from the fumes, Amy gets to work.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Meanwhile, Jesse gets busy cutting glass to finish off the upper cabinet doors.
Okay, all the glass is cut.
Yay!
As Amy continues, Jesse builds a frame to hold the glass.
Honey, I'm gonna need your help in a minute.
Okay. Just have one little spot to finish.
Next, Amy and Jesse pull on the lead pieces, called cames, to get rid of any kinks and make the lead more rigid.
Thanks.
I want to see you do this.
Jesse starts by cutting the cames to length, and then he slips in the glass pieces.
This is really neat. I've never seen anybody make a leaded glass window.
Hopefully I did my measurements right.
Jesse then adds thinner cames to join the glass pieces to one another. Once all the pieces are in place, Jesse uses nails to temporarily hold it all together.
There.
Neat.
Now we'll start soldering.
Jesse scuffs up the joints with a wire brush and then applies a liquid called flux to etch the metal, which will make it easier for the solder to stick. After softening up the metal around the joints, it's time to solder.
Wow, this is really neat. So where did you learn how to do this?
I had like an independent study in high school, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
You said you solder both sides?
Yeah.
So now you have to turn it over? Do you have to wait for it to cool?
Yeah. Cools almost immediately.
After flipping the glass panel, Jesse repeats the process of scuffing, softening, and soldering.
That is so cool.
So you want to hold it up there and see how it looks?
Yeah.
Please fit.
Please fit. It
Oh,
fits.
perfect.
Oh my gosh, that looks great. Wow.
And we're going to take this and darken up this lid a little bit.
We are? Okay.
Yeah, so it'll put a little patina on there.
Wow. That looks great.
Next on Weekend Warriors, the Emmerts have worked out the plan for the mural and Jesse has blended his paints. But when the color goes on the wall, will they like what they see?
Ooh, that's dark.
Ooh.
It's all coming up.
Welcome back. I'm Brian Blakely. Amy and Jesse Emmert are trying to bring their dining room back to its former glory. It's been a tough 4.5 days, but the finish line is in sight.
So far, they've stripped layers of paint off the wood trim and built a china cabinet to fit in their alcove. All of this has taken them almost 5 full days and many evenings. But finally, Jesse can begin to paint his mural around the room.
I think I'm going to start with this wall because it's going to be probably the easiest one.
Okay.
I hope I don't get in the way of your varnishing, but this is kind of what I've mapped out.
Okay.
Thanks to his hobby of painting, Jesse has been able to sketch out a few simple but elegant landscapes for the mural.
Neat. Yay. All right, and I guess I'll get back to varnishing. I get to put on my lovely mask.
Jesse begins by finding a starting point and transferring his sketch onto the wallpaper painting surface. Then he mixes the paint for the hills and the landscape, making his best guess about what will work.
Ooh, that's dark.
Ooh.
I'm just going to kind of block things in for now, and then I'm going to go back and get some, refine the colors and get more detail in it and everything.
Wow, that's looking good, honey.
Thanks. Yeah, that was my last tree, so
Wow.
I think we're running out of light, so I think we ought to probably wrap it up for now.
Okay. It looks really good. It's starting to come together.
It's been 8 weeks since the Emmerts started their project, and the dining room is finally finished.
It feels so good to be all done with this. We've worked on this for so long and so hard, and we put so much into it, and it's great to have it all done and be able to enjoy it.
When we started stripping the woodwork, we didn't really know exactly the tone that we were going to get with the wood. And when we finally got the stain on there and got the finish on there, we just couldn't believe how beautiful the wood looked. We just were thrilled with that.
Once the trim was exposed, Jesse and Amy made up their minds to paint the red ceiling and walls. And to finish the windows, the couple wound up ordering custom frames.
We had just the frames of the windows made, but we didn't want them to have the glass intact because we wanted to put in the old-fashioned style kind of ripply glass. just to kind of complete that effect and that look that we were going for. I have to say my favorite part of the dining room is the built-in hutch, the cabinet. It just works perfectly. It fills in what was a very small, useless space, and it stores all of our china, and it just looks right proportionally. It brings everything together.
I was happy to be able to put away our wedding china finally.
The mural, the idea was to kind of represent the area and the mountains and the rolling hills, and so I think I captured that. There's a few maybe little things that I would do a little differently, but I'm very excited about the way it came out.
Jesse, the skills that he has and the talent, a lot of the time I felt like I wasn't doing enough. I wish I could help more because there's so many things I didn't know how to do, but I helped as much as I could. I didn't mind getting stuck with the grunt work.
It feels so good to be done with this project. Just the satisfaction of sitting back and looking at it and being able to see all the details that we put into it, and just knowing that we did it all ourselves. It's a wonderful feeling.
Jesse and Amy had to put in a lot of overtime to get their dining room just the way they wanted it. But the results are a tribute to their craftsmanship. I'm Brian Blakely. Join me next time for Weekend Warriors and more real-life renovations. Thanks for watching.